afternoon, ladies and gentlemen at home. You're welcome to another edition of Sport Update. I'm Adewusi Oladeji, 8B. Here with me in studio today is David Ajiboye, a sport journalist also. Mr. David, you're welcome to the Sport Update.
Thank you very much for having me.
So far, so good in the world of sports. We've witnessed a lot of recent happenings, especially in the game of soccer. So far, so good. Based on the fact that they just concluded international break has just been over, and we've witnessed a lot of turnaround. A lot of teams, countries have actually qualified for the coming up Qatar 2022 World Cup. We have the likes of Germany. We have the likes of a lot of Spain and the likes. Considering the fact that Italian is a defending champion in Europe, they are yet to qualify for the World Cup. What can you say about that?
Football is a game of, it's not as if it's made for one particular person. The fact that you collected the Euros, that doesn't mean. But the way people saw them was that they qualifying for, they winning the Euros was something big. And it's not as if it should be a big problem for them to qualify. But when we see the type of team which was around them, they actually want to go to the World Cup. The World Cup is a big cup. It's the best and the first cup in the whole world. So you can't just look down on other teams like that and think they're going to take it easy on Italy when they play with each other. Also, they want to actually participate in the coming World Cup. So I think that's mainly what happened. They didn't take it easy on Italy at all. It was actually Italy that ought to sit up. They also know that it wasn't going to be an easy game for them.
Coming to think of it too, Portugal is also part of the team that are yet to qualify for Qatar 2022 World Cup. Considering the fact that they have a lot of talented young athletes in the team, the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, Joao Felix. What do you think is the problem with Portugal this time around?
Coming to Portugal, when you talk about Portugal, everybody says Ronaldo as the idol there. The thing is, actually, a team is actually not based on the player. Ronaldo has been carrying this team for a long period of time. Look at the likes of Bruno Fernandes in Man U. He's playing perfectly, but when he gets to his country level, he's not doing the best he could. And when we talk about Portugal as a whole, they are not playing as a team. If they come together, play as a team, they are going to bring out good results. Look at the team they played with last time, Serbia, if I'm to be correct. I think the government in Serbia promised the players €1 million if they can defeat Portugal and go to the World Cup. And definitely, when it comes to money, these guys are not just kind of people that can just look at money and just take their eyes off. They took it hot on Portugal. Portugal is the type of team that needs to come together, work as a whole, not just to be based on or Ronaldo alone or Joao Felix. According to what I said earlier, when you're coming to Portugal, you're looking at Ronaldo as the sole man. In the past 2 or 3 matches, he has been the one carrying them. I think Portugal needs to come together and play as a team, not just to be based on
individual players. But they have this young talented player, Joe Felix.
Yes.
And I don't think the coach is actually building the team of Cristiano Ronaldo all alone.
Coming to Joao Felix hasn't gotten to the height of Cristiano Ronaldo. This guy is actually a wonder kid. What he's been doing in Atletico Madrid so far, he has been playing for the past season, even against Chelsea last season in the Championship. We know that this
against Atletico Madrid.
Yes, we know this guy is a wonder kid. But actually, when it comes to look at Bruno Fernandes, as I said, he's playing well in his club level. But when it comes to country level, these guys are not performing well enough. They are not doing good enough. They still need to come together. Even Joao Felix as an individual, according to what I said earlier, he's actually good. But he still needs, the team still needs to come together and play as a team, not just to be based on an individual player, Joao Felix or Cristiano Ronaldo or the likes. They still need to come together and play as a team. That's what the team must be based on, actually.
Coming to think of it, Mr. David, we have the likes of the host country, which is Qatar. Yes. We have Germany, we have Brazil, we have Belgium, we have Croatia, we have Spain, Serbia, Switzerland, and England. These are the 10 teams which have been confirmed to be one of the major team to watch out for in this coming World Cup in Qatar. Okay, let's take it from Belgium. Belgium have absolutely been performing well in the recent tournament so far, but they've not been lucky enough to have this trophy in their own cabinet. In their last two outing, in the Europe, they come out in quarterfinals and the World Cup semi-finals and the likes. What can you say is wrong with these young team? Because they have this young squad. They call them the young generation in football world. We have the likes of Eden Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne, Yannick Carrasco's. We have Thibaut Courtois, Romelu Lukaku, and the likes. What can you say is wrong with Belgium team?
Belgium, according to what you said earlier, they have quality players who are playing the top class of their game, likes of Romelu Lukaku. But this Belgium team, according to what I can see from them, they've been playing together, but let me just put it, they've just been unlucky. They've been unlucky. Look at their game in the Euros, what they played. They've been outstanding so far. Even if you look at the FIFA present ranking, they are ranked as the first team in the world.
Exactly.
They are ranked as first team. So, but they've just been unlucky so far. They've just been unlucky. I think if they can still put more effort in what they've been doing so far, which have been bringing them good results, I hope they're going to be very, very outstanding in the coming World Cup.
England again is going to World Cup again. England, considering the fact that they have a lot of talented players, and they've not been performing very well in the World Cup. Let's look at the crops of players in the team this time around. We have the likes of Jamie Vardy, Harry Kane, we have Dele Alli, we have Gano Kalaga. So many talented players. Mason Mount from Chelsea. Do you see England coming out on top in the 2022 Qatar World Cup?
You know what? Coming to England, England actually have a lot of talent in that team. But if you check this set of players rather, they actually lack experience when it comes to playing the World Cup. The World Cup was played last in 2018, right?
Exactly.
And if I can recall well, the set of players in England team such as Conor Gallagher, Tammy Abraham, Mason Mount, Phil Foden, 3 or 4 years ago, it's not simply performing well, but they haven't actually gotten to the top of their level.
Exactly. The experience is not there.
The experience has not been there so far. I'm playing, let's say they just play England with the likes of Brazil. What do you think is going to come out?
Against Neymar,
against Neymar, Coutinho, Fred, Thiago Silva, and the likes.
Those have witnessed
they've played World Cup a lot, more than twice. They've played it, they've known how World Cup works. But look at England. I'm not arguing about the fact that they have fantastic players amongst them, but when it comes to experience, they are still lacking.
Okay, let's look at it from this angle. We have Raheem Sterling, who have actually played in Champions League. We have Harry Kane, who have actually also played in Champions League, and Jordan Pickford, their goalkeeper. Can't they bring this experience into the game of World Cup?
It's not as if they can bring actually, but it's as if they are actually the minority in this team now. The majority are the young talents. Harry Kane has been on his top level for the past 5 years. Look at Pickford too in Everton. He has actually been performing well. And many, well, when we are talking about players that are playing presently, that is, which Southgate is calling to the team, they are actually young talent. They don't actually have normal experience up to that of Harry Kane yet. So it's going to be a very, very difficult task for Harry Kane and his few peers to actually impact much. These guys just go there just to play. Some play actually for fun. Some actually play so that they can get the same ball.
Exactly, that's what we see in Hero.
Yes, some actually play so that let's just have fun. Let's just see me. But no, it's going to be very, very difficult for these few peers to bring a certain change into England team.
Okay, Spain is back into the fold again. And the former Barcelona manager, in person of Luis Enrique, has actually done a lot of work in that Spain squad. We have the likes of Pedri and Gavi. Do you see Spain also as a threat in this coming World Cup?
Now, I want to place Spain and England together. Actually, Spain also has young talent. Look at Dani Olmo. Look at Pedri playing in Barcelona. Gavi. These guys, they've been exceptional. Same thing with England. They're actually playing well. But if you see the amount of experienced player in this Spanish team, look at likes of Cesar Azpilicueta,
Jordi Alba.
Jordi Alba. Look at this set of players. They have much more experience when it comes to World Cup football. They only have few talents amongst them, so it's gonna be very very easy for them to change things around. It's not as if it's gonna be the young talent controlling. So definitely, teams that are gonna be paired with Spain in the World Cup should actually watch out really for them because of what they did in the Euros was actually exceptional. But actually, they were also unlucky against Italy. Actually, but let's just watch out
The
for
Europe.
them.
So we have France also in the team. Like we know, France has always been doing absolutely well in
Yes.
Europe. I think they have the a recent trophy in their cabinet. And looking at the France team, they've recalled Karim Benzema back into the team.
Yes.
Do you see Karim Benzema bringing his own experience into the team so that France can retain the one champion again?
He is also Karim Benzema is going to bring a lot of changes. Look at the qualifiers they've been playing. Look at what he did in Euros. You know, when this guy is actually a player that has much experience. Look at his time in Real Madrid. Since when has he been playing? He actually has this experience.
The load is now on Karim Benzema
Yeah.
in Real Madrid ever since Cristiano Ronaldo left.
Yeah, actually, that's on club level, but coming to country level now, Karim Benzema is gonna bring his expertise in the times. He's one of the finest strikers in the world presently. With the likes of Kante, Pogba, Mbappe working for him, he's gonna be a big threat to opposition team that are gonna play against them in the World Cup. So let's watch out for France, most especially Karim Benzema. He can score from any angle, anywhere. When he ball gets on his leg, he shoots. The keeper needs to get aware of.
Can we say these 10 team traits, considering the fact that they are qualified for the Qatar 2022 World Cup? We have Germany, Denmark, Croatia, Serbia. We have Switzerland, Spain, and France. Can we call them a trait?
You know what? I won't actually call them a threat though, because look at Serbia. Serbia was actually lucky. Look at Qatar. Qatar was actually lucky.
Based on the fact that it's the host country.
They're actually lucky, but I won't actually say open-mindedly that they're actually a threat to the whole team, because there are some teams, the fact that some teams are playing playoff, that doesn't mean they're not going to perform in the World Cup. If they actually play their playoff and come to the World Cup and come and surprise all these qualified teams, what are we going to say? So I won't actually call these 10
We
teams.
still have some unseeded team. We have the likes of Italy. We
Portugal.
have Portugal.
They can actually come inside and just turn things around. These 10 teams that have qualified, likes of France.
Okay. Let me chip in this before we actually move into another topic. Now, Netherlands, they will soon be going to the World Cup.
Yes.
And we have Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk is going to the World Cup for the very first times. The fact that Sergio Ramos has actually won his first World Cup at the age of 24 years. People have been comparing Sergio Ramos and Virgil van Dijk to be on the same level.
You know what? When it comes to recent performance, Sergio Ramos he hasn't started playing for PSG. So we actually see he's in form. But when we are talking about Virgil van Dijk, this guy has been exceptional for the past 3-4 years since when he has got into Liverpool. I'll actually condemn the fact that people are actually comparing Sergio Ramos and Van Dijk together. Sergio Ramos has started playing on his highest level long before started hearing about Virgil van Dijk. And even if he comes back, there's still a tendency that he's still going to remain on his top class level. So bringing Virgil van Dijk, we can't actually write Virgil van Dijk off, because presently in the Premier League he's one of the best defenders, fullbacks rather, they actually have in the Premier League. But comparing Sergio Ramos and Virgil van Dijk together, it's actually not too good, because Sergio Ramos has been the type of player that has played and is still playing.
Won a lot of trophies in his cabinet compared to Van Dijk.
Yes, and for Virgil van Dijk coming to the World Cup now, it's going to be a big boost for Netherlands, because with the likes of Depay, Memphis Depay in the front, Danjuma and the likes, I think Van Dijk is going to be just like a rock for them. At
Louis van Gaal is coming back as their coach today.
Yes, actually, Van Gaal also, it can be actually written off because he's actually an exceptional coach. Type of players Netherlands have, I think they're gonna perform well. But I'm not gonna say they're gonna reach some certain level. Let me just put it that way. They're
Okay,
gonna still
let's
perform.
go to the African team.
Yes.
We have Morocco, Senegal, Ghana, Egypt, Mali. Same with our own country, Nigeria, DR Congo. We have Algeria and Cameroon and Tunisia. These are teams we should be watching out for as African representative in the coming Qatar 2022 World Cup.
Okay, you know what? I said something at that time when you said teams we should watch out for in those teams that have actually qualified in Europe. Um, the thing is,
But don't
coming
forget,
to-
this team will still be seeded because
Yes.
we need five
Yes.
teams from
Yes.
Africa to represent us.
Yeah, the thing is, I won't actually say they've actually gone through. Let me just put it like this: likes of Tunisia, Morocco, Nigeria too. Let me just say they're gonna perform if they've actually been seeded enough and they actually move on to the next stage of going to the World Cup. Actually,
Okay.
they can still perform to some extent.
So now, a team that actually want to prepare for a World Cup just sacked their coach. How do you expect a new coach, considering the fact that the African Cup of Nations is coming up in February, and the African Cup of Nations is part of the preparation ahead of the 2022 World Cup? So how do you expect a new coach to gather players together and actually perform exceptionally in the World Cup and African Cup of Nations?
Okay, the truth be told, it's actually going to be a difficult task for such coach. That's actually depending on the type of coach. When the country is actually Nigeria, raw. When you sack a coach, you ought to know that it's going to be a very, very difficult something for the whole team to adapt to a new coach that's going to come in. This coach has been working with Nigeria for the past 5 years, if I'm to be correct.
Exactly.
Most players have actually understand how he plays his football.
We came third in the last African
Yes,
Cup of Nations.
but that actually doesn't mean they shouldn't sack him mainly because we came third. But if you check Nigeria's recent result, they have actually not been doing well. So Nigeria as a team working with a new coach is gonna be very, very difficult because the new coach is actually gonna bring his own type of method, and that type of method might not actually suit.
And you know, it's a kind of consuming method for
Yes.
African coach because when you are coaching the national team, we have a time to go outside the country to watch a lot of
Yes.
players. You know, we have the likes of Wilfred Ndidi, we have Kelechi Iheanacho, Victor Osimhen, Onyekaro Ochukwu. So there, you know, we are now in November. African Cup of Nations coming up in February. So how do you expect a new coach to adapt, to go out to watch football, to scout for players?
Okay, for the coach, if I'm going to be the NFF to pick a new coach, I will actually advise them to pick a type of coach which have worked with the players even to some extent. You know, you can't look at it's when you just check the back. February is actually behind us already.
Exactly.
It's gonna be a very, very difficult task for a coach now to be traveling to go and go to see.
So that means
go
the NFF
yes.
should recall Sunday
Yes.
Elisa back.
Yeah, I won't actually say they should call him back, but let's just say they should just put in a caretaker there for the meantime because a caretaker will be a type of person who have worked with the players before. He's gonna know what they're capable of, and he's not gonna be a very, very difficult task for him to be going abroad to be watching these players because he has actually worked with them before. You know, going to League One to watch Oyekuru, going to Syria to watch Osimhen, going to England to watch Iheanacho
and the likes.
Gonna be kind of consuming for the new coach itself. But if it's the kind of player that if it's the kind of coach that I've actually worked with the players before, it's not gonna be a tough task for him to go and check his players. If it's not even a must for him to go there because he has actually worked with them before.
Okay, before we go to Europe, I would like us to actually discuss about a tournament going on around in Ondo, a street soccer going out in Ondo town. So a lot of teams have actually been playing. Innovative like this, can we say it's very good for the grassroots football?
You know, when I first heard this from a coach of mine who's actually a friend, told me about these Ondo street football coming up, which they actually give out 2 million as the winning prize. I was very, very happy because, you know, Nigeria, we are not actually developing our football. you know, players. Yeah, if it's that we are developing our football, players won't be trying to travel abroad. Look at South Africa today; they're actually developing their grassroots football to the highest minimum. They're
Exactly.
actually developing it. Look at Nigeria. If you can see,
Even a
maybe
lot of Nigerian players that are actually playing in South African
yes,
leagues.
yes. Look at Akpeyi. Look at Akpeyi is playing for Kaizer Chiefs. If I'm to be precise, look
Exactly.
at this. If Nigeria itself has actually some set of people, like-minded people, who can actually bring up new ideas that are gonna influence or encourage young players out there. No, let's do this for these players. No, we know we can't play again, but such players, if you can actually encourage them, look, Nigeria has a lot of talent. I was actually at one of the matches they played recently, this on the street football, and I was looking at the player and I was like, if this set of players can get abroad, they're gonna be diamond because they are playing perfect football. The set of people that brought up this program, if you can find maybe at least like 5 more in each state, it's gonna be a great advantage to Nigeria football from grassroots.
Okay, let's quickly drive to Europe. If you are still joining us, this sport update. And here with me in the studio is David Ajiboye. David, English Premier League, Serie A, and the likes is back again.
Yeah.
Today, presently now, Chelsea Football Club of England against Leicester is actually playing. Uh, so far so good. Chelsea topped the league before going to international break, and we've seen a lot of turnaround from Leicester City. What do you see about this afternoon match, Chelsea Leicester?
So far since when Chelsea has been playing Leicester at home, at their home, Chelsea have actually won more than two or so. It's gonna be a very very tough game today because Leicester City actually have injury players also. Likewise Chelsea with the likes of Lukaku not back because the coach said yesterday Lukaku and Kovacic won't be back. And look at these two players. Since when they've been playing together, they've been a good connection in the Chelsea team. If I could remember well, Aston Villa versus Chelsea, I could remember that it was, I think, Chalobah that passed to Kovacic and he made the turnaround and straight to Lukaku and he scored the goal. These two players are actually going to affect Chelsea, but I know the coach, Tuchel, is good enough to make a turnaround in the team. I won't say it's going to be off for Chelsea completely, and I won't say it's going to be off for Leicester City because Leicester City have been actually, they've been also on the top of their game, beating the likes of Manchester United 4-2. I won't say it's going to be an easy game for them also because Chelsea themselves, they don't actually want to lose because if they lose today, they are the next person. There's not going to be any point between they and second, the person in second because they actually need this game seriously.
Just presently now, the two teams have outlined their starting lineups. We have Peter Shimsel's Brighton Amante, and we have Evans, Casting, Somari, Ndidi, Banis, Lukman, and Vardy. And Chelsea lineup, we have Eduardo Mendy, we have Chaloba, Thiago Silva, we have Rudiger, we have James Kante, Jorginho, we have Chilwell, we have Mount, we have Havertz, we have Hodoy. So Werner is on the bench. So considering these two teams, do you see a winning side coming out victorious?
When you said the team is playing for Leicester City, I was actually waiting for you to talk about Tielemans. When you didn't mention him, my mind was a little bit at rest for Chelsea because I know what this man's actually capable of. Look at the FA Cup final, what he did to them. Even not
Chelsea.
look at Manchester United. He literally destroyed Manchester United, this man himself. Looking at Chelsea also, the set of players they have actually, if I was going to be the coach, I would actually use Hudson Odoi. I would have preferred Warner on the weak side, or probably because of
Well, maybe when he's just coming back from injury.
Is actually gonna bring him up in second half. I'm not actually gonna give it to Leicester. Let's say Chelsea because Chelsea actually needs this game a lot. And Leicester too, they're gonna take it. They're not gonna take look down on Chelsea also.
In the evening today, Liverpool and Arsenal. Arsenal will be locking arms with Liverpool. Just of recent, Arsenal have actually come around. Yes. When we started this Premier League of a team, Arsenal was actually lacking behind their 20s, and Liverpool was probably fourth. But as of now, Liverpool is maybe in sixth or seventh, and Arsenal are back to the top four. Uh, in their past 2-3 matches, there is this particular guys that have actually been shouldering the affairs of Arsenal, which is Smith Roy.
Yes.
And he gained a call up to the England squad.
Yes.
You seen him coming up today again to rescue Arsenal from Liverpool.
Arsenal playing against Liverpool today is gonna actually be a tough game for Arsenal. Look at the likes of players in Liverpool today, the likes of Sadio Mane. I think he's back. Yeah. Look at. Let me start from the back of Liverpool. Van Dijk is there today. Matip, probably. Look at the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold, Robertson. I don't think Rowe will be able to do something spectacular today because they've known this guy. It's just as if you bringing up your glory and people noticing. They're actually going to stop you by all means.
Oh, sure.
They know what this guy can actually do. I've actually watched him play. He has been outstanding so far. But today, they're actually going to kill him. They're literally going to kill him. But let's just say he's going to do what he can.
Let's take a look at it from this angle. Liverpool has actually been paraded a lot of old players, or let me call them senior players. Considering what Arsenal is bringing on board, they are bringing in a young, fresh, talented player. At some point, being an old player, you might play to some starting stage, maybe at 70 or 80 minutes, and you don't have the strength again or the endurance to play the full 90 minutes. Compare to a young player who is just coming up.
That's one of the things that's actually killing Barcelona at the moment. If you look at the set of players they actually have old players. Now coming to Chelsea have players that can actually play, even if it's more than 90 minutes.
Exactly.
Look at the set of players Chelsea have. I think the oldest person in Chelsea is presently Thiago Silva, and the youngest is presently probably 18. They actually have young, talented players that can play to any extent. Look at coming to Liverpool, they're actually getting hooked. Look at the likes of Henderson.
And they don't have any body included into the team just of recent.
Let's see Liverpool in 2 years. If they don't make a turnaround of players, if they don't bring new, fresh players, that's gonna change the team around. I'm sorry to say they're gonna be relenting seriously in terms of contending for cups. And for Arsenal, I actually commend that man, Mikel Arteta, because people are like they should sack him, but he has actually turned this team around, bringing in young, talented players. Look at Smith Rowe. I've actually from the time since that guy collected the number 10 shirt, I know he's actually going to be outstanding.
Exceptional. Yes. They said people wearing number 10 shirt have always been exceptional.
Exceptional. It was not as if Arsenal was a fool when they were giving him the number 10 shirt. Because if I can recall, the person that took it last was Mesut Ozil, and this guy was also exceptional. So Smith Rowe taking the 10 shirt and young players like that, Arsenal actually have.
So Arsenal, Liverpool playing today. Should we be expect Arsenal to win, or we should be expect just a total lockdown from the two teams?
Liverpool actually lost their last match to West Ham, and which is making them calm down. Same thing. Arsenal doesn't want to calm down. Liverpool will do everything in their might today to win today's match, because if they lose today, they are going down. Same thing with Arsenal. Arsenal too have gotten to this stage by blood and fire, so they actually don't want to lose this match today.
So it will be fire for fire, blood for blood.
I'm actually gonna give it to Liverpool today because they're gonna do things.
Yeah.
Today.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Manchester United coach. A lot of their fans have been calling for his head. Today again they will be locking arms with Watford, and Watford is not just an ordinary meet in the Premier League. They are actually going away, not Old Trafford this time around. Manchester United against Watford. Do you see Ole Gunnar coming out with victory today, or probably they will still struggle to win or come out with at least a draw?
Okay, coming to Manchester United, the coach. Do you know the problem the coach has is that he doesn't know how to arrange the starting lineup. If you can't compare type of starting lineup you are going to use for Watford with that you are going to use for Chelsea. This man actually has the problem. Even if it's Watford today, he's gonna use big players. we know they don't actually want to go down. But Watford today, I was actually somewhere yesterday where some people were actually betting that Watford is gonna score today. Watford, they are at home presently, and they are not gonna look down on Manchester United. They are gonna score today. If care is not taken from Manchester United today, Watford is gonna win that match because the team, there are some let me just say mourning in the team that they actually want this man to go. But Manchester United is just looking at this guy is a legend. So they actually want him to stay.
That's the reason why they are yet to sack
him.
To sack
look
him.
at Chelsea. Chelsea doesn't have that time. Even if you're a legend, look at Frank Lampard. He was actually a legend in Chelsea. But that man, Abramovich, is a businessman. When you start losing, he sends you away.
That's just it.
Manchester
Even
United,
the person that had gifted him the first Champions League trophy was sacked after 2 months.
I was like, oh, come on. This man is actually a businessman. But coming to Manchester United, this coach, if he doesn't make right selections today, using the right formation today, I'm actually going to be sorry. He's going to start packing his thing.
The other English Premier League matches we have today is Leicester against Chelsea Lucknows. We have Aston Villa against Brighton. We have Burnley against Crystal Palace. We have Newcastle against Bradford. We have Southampton going to the Norwich City. And we have Watford hosting Manchester United today. Wolves are against West Ham. And Liverpool will be hosting Arsenal in the evening tonight. Mr. David, Steven Gerrard, a former England skipper, a former Liverpool legend, the ex-dual coach of Rangers, now a new coach of Aston Villa. Steven Gerrard coming to England. He knew what English Premier League football is all about. He rejected a Liverpool offer to become their coach. Now he accepts the offer to be the new Aston Villa manager. Do you see a new turnaround in the Aston Villa team?
I'll just call this man, Steven Gerrard, a wise man. That was actually the decision Lampard ought to have made. Gerrard, he got a call from Liverpool, he didn't go. It's going to be very, very difficult task for him to control players, big players.
Now, Xavi is also taking Barcelona job.
See, you can't actually compare La Liga to Premier League. This man have actually played in Premier League. He understands how Premier League works. He went to Rangers. He took the cup for them in Scotland, if I'm to be precise. He coming to
unbeaten.
Yes. He coming to Aston Villa. He made the right choice because Aston Villa presently at the moment, they actually have quality players also that can actually gain something for them. But he's actually going to turn the team around to some extent. Better than Dean Smith that was actually there before. Let's watch out for Steven Gerrard this time. But I'm actually going to say it's not too late. It's not too late for him to turn things around for Aston Villa because Aston Villa, they've actually been a threat to big teams so far. The likes of Steven Gerrard coming in is going to do a great deal of job, and let's watch out for Aston Villa so far.
So it will be a difficult task, but we will surely actually achieve. Yes. Now we have another big team in England. Before we have Chelsea, we have Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Manchester City. We have big five in England. But just of recent, we have another addition of a big team in England. We have Newcastle, which has just been acquired by some Saudi Arabians. Do you see Newcastle joining the big five?
See, even if the richest man in the world buys this team, he can't still actually compete with teams that have actually reached the top class of their game. The fact that this rich
don't forget these are Chelsea and Manchester City are actually
you can't compare these are present day game to that in 2003 when Abramovich took over Chelsea. It's gonna be very, very difficult. You can't just say, look at this man, he's saying he wants to bring Eden Hazard. Does it make sense? Hazard coming to Newcastle? No, he said he wants to bring Messi. He said he wants to bring Mario Cardi. No, this Newcastle, yes, this fine. We are not arguing about the fact that this owner has a lot of money which he can gift these players. He has it, but they are not competing for anything. They are not. They are not in the top 6. They are not in the top 4. No competition. They are not. It's gonna take time. Let me just say, I'm giving him 3 4 years. If he can turn, till he's gonna turn Newcastle around, because it's gonna be a very very difficult job, because we don't expect top players who have actually played on the highest level to come to Newcastle. Newcastle.
Sure, definitely.
No.
We have other upcoming matches today in Germany. We have Dortmund looking on with Stuttgart, and in French League One, Paris Saint-Germain will be hosting and Nantes. Sergio Ramos is back to the team
Yes.
after the Marquis signing. Sergio Ramos, Lionel Messi, they've always been uh, not on the same page ever since they've been playing in Clasico. Sergio Ramos, Messi. How do you see Mauricio Pochettino controlling the team, the two players?
So far, this man, Pochettino has actually, I'll say he has brought a little bit of change. In what sense? Was it a month ago when they were talking about this Ballon d'Or? Sergio Ramos came out and said himself something he has never done before when he was in Real Madrid. He said it. Messi is an exceptional player. He comes to the field, change things around, bring a new change to the team, and the team starts scoring goals. Have you ever heard that from Sergio Ramos when he was in?
Not at all.
When he was in Real Madrid, no. So we can see that this man has done, let me just say, a great deal of job in bringing both of them together to be on the same page, because you can't actually be on, you can't actually be playing for the same team, and you guys should be on different pages. As long as you guys want betterment of the team, you guys need to be on the same page. And with the likes of Sergio Ramos coming, making his debut for PSG today, it's going to be a big boost for Paris Saint-Germain today against Nantes.
Barcelona have new Jifa, an erstwhile player. One of their, let me say, Xavi Hernandez is a legend on its own. Xavi Hernandez is now the new Barcelona head coach. They will be locking us with Espanyol. We have Daniel Alves coming back into the team. Do you see Xavi Hernandez managing the team very well, considering the fact that in the recent years they've had Ronaldo Koeman just left the team, and they actually performed well, but not to the expectation of the Catalonian president?
Xavi Hernandez is just like Frank Lampard, just like Steven Gerrard, just like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's actually a legend in Barcelona. He has played with some of these players, such as Jordi Alba, such as Sergio Roberto, such as Gerard Piqué. This man is actually, he knows the pattern in which Barca plays. Look at this past coach they brought in, Koeman. He doesn't understand what Barca plays. He was just trying to use his own strategy as a coach.
So immediately they sign up as Xavi Hernandez, a request that he need Daniel Alves. What impact do Daniel Alves have in the team?
Now I'm gonna take us back to when we started this program. When we were talking about experienced players.
Okay.
Daniel Alves is one of the
considering
best,
that presently Barcelona is parading young players.
This team, what I think Xavi wants to do is he wants to combine. He wants the chemistry between young talented players and experienced players, because if bringing Daniel Alves is not a fool. Daniel Alves, we know what he can actually do.
Yes, they still have Daniel Alves, Gerard Piqué, Sergio Busquets.
Jordi Alba at the back.
Jordi Alba.
This set of players, fine, they are old, but they are still experienced.
Yes, they've played in every aspect of games.
You can't compare the likes of let me see James to Daniel Alves. Fine, he's a young player, he's talented, but Daniel Alves is an experienced player. He knows what he can do to the team. There are some matches when you play that you be like, this type of match, we need experienced players in this team. When you're playing a Clasico, Daniel Alves have played a lot of a Clasico for Barcelona.
Exactly.
He knows how a Clasico works. When there's such a chemistry when you are playing football, he knows how this thing works. So Xavi Hernandez is actually not a dullard when he was bringing Daniel Alves into the team.
Today in La Liga Santander, we have Celta Vigo will be hosting Villarreal, Sevilla against Deportivo Alaves, Atletico Madrid against Osasuna, Barcelona against Espanyol. Before we leave, we still have 1 minute before we leave the stage. Juventus against Lazio. Juventus has been struggling ever since the departure of Cristiano Ronaldo. Can we say the team was built on Cristiano Ronaldo? Although before Ronaldo arrived, we have Paulo Dybala that has been carrying the responsibility of Juventus.
Talking about Juventus,
And their
before-
former coach is also back,
Yeah.
Massimiliano Allegri.
before Ronaldo came, it was Allegri that was there. He knows how he was managing them before Ronaldo came. Yes, I would say the team was basically based on Cristiano Ronaldo. Same thing with he being in Manchester United. The team is actually based on him. Look at what he has been doing in the past 2-3 matches for Manchester United. The team was actually based on him because it got to a stage we didn't even see Paulo Dybala again. We can't find it. It's always Ronaldo scoring for Juventus. And now, it's actually disheartening when I heard Massimiliano Allegri say that even if it's 1-0, he's actually
Comfortable with that. Exactly.
Which is actually not good from a coach. It's not good.
It sounds so awful.
Because if you meet a counterpart that gives you a hot game, such as Lazio they are going to play today, Lazio also have been on top of their game so far. Ciro Immobile scoring. They are going to give it to Juventus in a hot form today because they've not been playing anything spectacular. According to the match I watched against Chelsea, they didn't play anything spectacular for me.
Exactly.
They didn't. The only chance they made, they utilized the dazzle. It's actually disheartening to see Chelsea play like that because Ademi Mount was in that game that day. They will have
be a different.
Yes, they will have trashed Juventus seriously
entire game
because
that
Juventus didn't play anything spectacular. It's gonna be a write-off for them today. If Lazio are on top of their game today, they are really gonna break Juventus into two today.
Mr. David, I really appreciate you. Thank you for coming on our sports updates. I hope when next I call on you, you will surely honor my call.
Sure,
It's nice having you. This is sports. This is where we will be drawing our curtain for today on Sport Update. Until next week, that I will still be coming your way. I'm Adewusi Oladeji HB. Stay fit always. Keep doing sports.